With a goal in my mind and a new partner by my side, I set out again. A young Pokemon trainer on the journey to becoming his first gym badge. I knew the day would come someday, but when it arrived, I met it, and I was ready. The road to Violet City may not have been a long one or a tough one, but I always thought back of it on darker roads that came later. It reminded me of where I came from, and it was the road that pointed me to where I would go.
A little piece of Shinx the Idiot brand trivia. No matter what you do, any of these signs that says where a route goes, it's going to say the destination you have in mind the first time you go on the route first, and then the place you would be coming from. So, I don't even get why that makes sense. Like, Route 29 said Cherry Grove City to New Barktown, even though it was on the New Barktown end. This says Violet City to Cherry Grove City when we're on the Cherry Grove City end. But anyway, I am being irrelevant. IR smart. IR LeaderofLuxinape. Are you ready for more Let's Play? Almost at Super Mario Galaxy, Pokemon Silver version. In the last episode, we answered Professor Elm's call. We handed him the mystery egg. We renamed Mr. Shady Pants, the rather mysterious stranger Shady Pants, Paul, even though we're still going to call him Mysterious Stranger Shady Pants. And we caught our second team member, who is Horace the Pidgey. And now that that overly long introduction has gone on, we can, I guess, go towards Violet City. Not really much else to do. Everyone's having fun battling. You should too. Well then, how does one battle? I just lost, so I'm trying to find more Pokemon. Wait, you look weak. Come on, let's battle. I guess that's how you battle. Youngster Joey wants to battle. Pokemon Tower Defense. Can't stay angry at any youngster named Joey anymore.
Okay, so here we have something that I was not planning on doing at the time I recorded this, so I make no mention of it in video because, of course, all of my bios, narrations, all that stuff is post-commentary. I just make the picture in MS Paint because I do not have the money to purchase Photoshop for myself, and just do a quick narration about it, but of course my narrations are never quick. They always end up being like 10 minutes long, and blah and blah and blah. Actually, so far the only narrations that actually I find difficult to do are the point of view from the character ones, but since I mention it many times throughout recordings, and I thought of it as a pretty cool idea, I'm going to keep going with them just because. They could have done it a bit better, could have done it a lot better, but I actually think it's a cool concept. I might not do it when I do other Pokemon games. I'm certainly not going to do it when we revisit Sky. Other main series games, who knows? But for the time being, basically what I'm going to do is, whenever we go into a boss battle, as soon as we enter it, like basically at whatever point in time when the trainer's coming on screen like you saw for Joey, I'll have that screen spin out, zoom in on the sprite for a Pokeball from Gold and Silver, then that will open up, which is really just a transition to basically something with a Pokeball style background like I have again for Joey. He's using his Gen 4 sprite instead of his Gen 2 sprite because it looks cooler. But I do use a Gen 2 sprite on the next page. I think I'm going to do that with any boss where I actually have their Gen 4 sprite on the quick screen that has their title and their name. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of different variations on Mysterious Stranger Shady Pants later on in the series because we will be encountering him many more times. Spoilers, again, for people who well, actually, I recorded this after a narration where I said something about people actually watching my videos for educational value, which now I just foreshadowed because I'm recording this after and it's going in the video before the thing. So that's going to be weird. I think I just created some sort of paradox, so try not to sue me if you get sucked in a black hole just by listening to this and or watching the really wonderful graphics. But anyway, since Joey only has one Pokemon, the second page of his bio is rather bland. It just has an enormous picture of his Gen 2 sprite, the word Pokemon, which now I actually decided to remember to put the accent on this time. Thank you, nobody, for actually writing that in. But that's probably just going to rocket up my views by like 3 bazillion because no one looks for Pokémon, which I guess is how how you would pronounce it without the accent. Everyone looks for Pokémon, which is how you're supposed to pronounce it when it does have the accent. Despite the fact that everyone calls it, that most fans call it Pokémon, which I think is also another legitimate pronunciation, but anyone who's not a fan of the series calls it Pokemon, where it just, no. It's Pokémon or Pokemon. What was I talking about again? Top percentage, right. So, a lot of times, if they have more than 3, 4 Pokemon in a boss battle, I'm going to switch to a third page with the rest of their team. But basically, it's just going to be Pokemon. See, pronounced it Pokemon, not Pokemon or Pokemon, even though for the narrations, I'm going to follow anime rules, pronouncing it Pokemon and such, because, you know, anything that's narrated in the series has to be something related to the anime or whatever. I don't know. But usually in video, I'll follow fandom terms and use Pokemon and a lot of other things, but I will always go with correct pronunciation for species names and such. My God, where was I again? Top percentage, Rattata, right. So, I have a rundown of all their team members. It'll have name, their species name, sprite from gold or silver, or, well, actually probably for this I'm going to use the crystal sprite, not animated, which is usually a gold sprite anyway, so whatever. Species name, gender, I'm too lazy to get pictures of the gender symbols to use, so I'm just going to write male or female, or probably M or F in later videos. I just had some room to kill. Level, underneath that, the moves. I'm going to put type on in later ones. I think I forgot to there. Also, yeah, then I'll just do a quick rundown of each of their team members. This time, obviously, all we have is a Rattata, which he will always claim is the top percentage of Rattata. Level 4, Tackle, Tail Whip. You could find these Rattata in the wild on the route between New Bark and Cherry Grove, which I momentarily have forgotten the number of. I'm not even going to put up this on the screen. I think it's 27 or something now. Probably is 27. I'm too lazy to find out. So, yeah, just keep hitting it with moves that do damage. Don't get hit by it. This is just a test of the whole boss battle system. I kind of like it. I'm going to use it for actual boss battles. But I'm going to shut up and let you get back to the video.
Youngster Joey sent out Rattata. Even though I found one off screen in the last episode, I didn't bio it, so now I guess it'd be a good time to do that. Level 4, faster than Horus for some reason. I'm gonna hope I can beat it just by tackle spamming. Use Tail Whip, that might not be good. Tail Whip is the same as Leer, all it does is lower defense. Please use Tail Whip again. Ow. Come on, die, die, die. Good. Yes, got the level up too. Youngster Joey was defeated. Yeah, you don't have no more Pokemon. Should I do it? One left. Yeah, I'll just use the berry. They're only going to be useful for, like, until we get to Violet City. They only heal 10 HP. you're gonna probably be relying on potions in like 10 minutes of gameplay from now. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? And you have to battle. What if I'm just a guy dressed as a Pokemon trainer who happens to have a Pidgey and I don't even know. Youngster Mikey wants to battle, and I think I just pressed the L button and set this thing to widescreen, so you now cannot see half of the screen. Now you can see all the screen, never mind. Oh, fun! Pidgey versus Pidgey. Level 2 versus level 6. This is like one of the things they have in one of those books where it's like, Kyogre versus Magikarp, who do you think would win? Except with 2 Pidgeys. Okay. When a trainer has more than one Pokemon and you have more than one Pokemon in your part of the table to battle, you will be asked if you'd like to change Pokemon. I do not want to, because I want Horus to be the same level as Sobek. And that's the first instance of an attack missing in this LP. This is gonna hurt a little bit. Eh, not really. Sorry if my commentary is a little boring right now. It's the beginning of the LP, I really don't know what I'm doing. Thank you for the critical hit! Another tackle would have surprisingly actually defeated me at that point. Dang it, I thought Horus was gonna learn a new move. No, wait, I'm way off. It was level 11, not level 7. I forget what this sign is, I'm just gonna read it. Trainer tips, no stealing other people's Pokemon, Pokeballs would be thrown all in at wild Pokemon. No one cares. Okay, it's another Pidgey. I was gonna make another rant about how I hate Ladybugs again, but, you know. Dare I challenge this person? I'm not a trainer. If you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle. I knew that wasn't a trainer, just so you know. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna sneak up on this guy and talk to him before that happens. Dang it. Instead of a bug Pokemon, I found a trainer! Excessively short people are annoying no matter what their age is. Bugcatcher Dawn wants to battle. Bugcatcher Dawn sent out Caterpie, which can be only found on this route in gold version, even though I'm going to bio it right now.
Alright, brand new headset, brand new voice quality. Brand old, brand not very good Pokemon to bio, though. Caterpie, generic bug type, carried over from Gen 1. It and its companion Weedle and their evolutions, which you will see Weedle and its first evolution later, they're kind of basically counterparts to each other. Caterpie is the more specially attacking and defensive side, and Weedle is the more specially defensive and attacking side. But neither of them really have either that good typing or that good stats to use very much. You kind of should expect that by something that evolves to its final form by level 10. That's even why I have the class as not applicable until, well, none until evolution for Caterpie. Because really, you're going to have it for, like, if you catch it on level 4, you're going to have it for 3 levels. It's not even worth learning how to fight with the Caterpie, because you're going to have an evolved Caterpie before you even figure out what it's actually useful for. It really isn't that much, so I guess if you want a different flying type that isn't a Pidgey like I'm using, but I really never saw the use for Caterpie and Weedle. But do remember, Caterpie is exclusive to Gold. I do actually find a bit more use in Weedle and its evolutions than Caterpie and its, but I don't really know. So, do with it what you will.
Fun with String Shot. It actually actually made it faster than me? Part of me is screaming Nintendo logic. The other part of me wants to release Horus as soon as we get to Violet City. And this one's faster than me too. That's just beautiful. And how am I faster there? They didn't even instate move priority until like Gen 3.5 or whatever. I don't even know. Alright, so Horus and Sobek are now equal level, even though I'm going to be using Sobek until we get to Violet City, just because I'm too lazy to go back to Cherry Grove and heal. I'm just going to take the berry because... I think Sobek's going to learn to move at level 9, I forget. Hope it's going to learn to move at level 9. Okay, can't go that way. Is this gonna be a Ladybell rant? Please let it not be a Ladybell rant. Okay, here we have Kakuna. I'm not gonna buy it right now, just for a different reason than you'd expect. I'm not gonna hold off buying it until I find a Weedle. I have nothing against Byron and Bellsprout now, but yeah, you know. Dark Cave. Pokemon could light it up, I'd explore it. Well, Dark Cave lives up to the name. If you walk up straight, you can see an item up there. That, I'm pretty sure, is a potion. You can get that now just by trial and error. I don't really want to do that. You can find Geodude, which you could have also found on Route 43. I almost said Rule 34 instead of Route 43. Don't ask me why, I don't even know. But anyway, you could also find a Pokemon called Dunsparce with a 1% chance. A lot of people just go around there looking for Dunsparce as soon as they hear that it's a really rare Pokemon, thinking it's great. It's not anywhere near the best in battle. By all means, use it if you want to, catch it to brag to your friends, even though it's a lot more common in other games, but it's there. That's pretty much it. So, antidote here. Neither of my Pokemon have gotten poisoned yet because I haven't even run up against a move that could possibly poison me. Another fat guy who's just asleep, sleeping next to a tree that doesn't really look like it would hold his weight. Bitter berry. I think this is an antidote. An antidote. I think this is a paralyzed healing berry form. Okay, confusion, another status condition that we haven't come across yet. I'm going to describe them when we actually find them. Here we have a Pokeball, bring us back up to 5. And another trainer. I caught a bunch of Pokemon, let me battle with you. Another annoying short kid. Bugcatcher Wade wants to battle. Bugcatcher Wade sent out another Caterpie. If Sobek levels up from this, I'll be surprised. If I don't get a one-hit KO on this, I'll... Really? Really? Just because I said if I get a one-hit KO? Really? Not as bad as my last take of starting this LP. Horus fainted fighting youngster Joey. I pretty much blew the mics out on the camera. Luckily they didn't get blown out too badly, so they still work, partially. And Sobek, by the end of this route, Sobek was level 11 and Horus was level 4. But I actually chose not to keep the take because I didn't like the commentary and wanted to do it again. I like the commentary this time. I'm keeping it. Alright, so this is the Weedle I was talking about. Its bio and its evolved form, Kakuna's bio, are going to go back to back here.
Back into back. This is just going to be one long bio for Weedle and Kakuna. I mean, you probably already saw or heard what I was talking about Caterpie, how Weedle and its evolutions are the more physical end of the spectrum, as you could probably have seen. Let's see. Yeah. Weedle is basically identical to Caterpie, but with its stats shuffled around. A bit faster, less HP, but more balanced everywhere else. This will change when it evolves to being physically attacking and defensive, while Caterpie, as it evolves, will change into being specially attacking and defensive. Caterpie's final evolution has more HP and less speed. Weedle's final evolution is the other way around. They're very good balancing counterparts to each other. And in double battles against other Pokemon about their tier, they are actually pretty good together. I've never decided to use a strategy using both of them due to common weaknesses and all that stuff, but hey. Come last couple episodes, I've been talking a lot more competitive style about the Pokemon I've been bioing, so for use in-game, both sides of the evolution can be very useful. I mean, I've used both. I have not directly used a Caterpie or a Weedle on any team so far, but I have successfully used both a Beautifly and a Dustox multiple times in Gen 3 and 4 games. And they're basically the same. So, in-game, they're excellent. Competitive battling, they're worthless. I mean, yeah. Kakuna, evolved form of Weedle, evolves at level 10, so you're only going to have it for 3 levels. Also, don't think that catching a Kakuna in the wild will make it easier and get a more stronger evolved form. A Kakuna caught in the wild will only know Harden. It will not know any other moves. Kakuna only know Harden as a level up move. And they cannot be taught moves from any other source, from TMs, from move tutors later on in the game, or anything. However, a Kakuna evolved from a Weedle will know whatever moves the Weedle knew, which should be String Shot and Poison Sting. You're going to want one of those Kakuna, because it's very difficult to train something that cannot attack at all. You'd have to put it out first in your party, switch it out the first turn, let whatever Pokemon you switch in take damage, beat the battle with that. If the trainer has more than one Pokemon, you have to do it again and again until you get all the EXP. It's not worth it. Just catch a Weedle if you're going to use one. I'm really just ranting about how I don't really like bug types right now. Some of them are a lot better than these. But later on, when we actually get to their final evolved forms, I will speak a lot more highly of them. But for now, I mean, they're good powerhouses early in the game, I guess, because they evolve into their final form quickly, and they do have stats on par with some of the weaker final form Pokemon. You could get one without too much difficulty by the first gym battle. However, the first gym uses a type that Bug is weak to. Not going to spoil what it is. Anyone who's played the game before already knows it. Anyone who's planning to actually see how I play through the game, I don't know. Usually people just watch my videos to see me screw up at stuff and fail. Whatever, if you're actually watching for some sort of educational value from it, thank you for watching to get some sort of educational value from it, because no one really does that anymore. But, yeah. That was a big rant. I'm back, people. 4-minute rants have returned. Whoa.
And here we have... Okay, Sobek didn't get poisoned from that. Poison Sting is a very, very weak poison type move. It's actually going to be pretty strong if you're using Chikorita, because it's super effective on you. Here's Sobek leveling up. Didn't learn the new move. But anyway, Poison Sting does have a small chance of poisoning. Alright, and that's a wrap. Not too hard, I don't don't think so. Aww. Only 32 bucks for winning? Really? I wasted like 5 minutes beating all your Pokemon for almost no experience. Who am I kidding? That was a pretty good amount of experience. Okay, I'm gonna do something stupid and try to get poisoned here. So, I'm gonna use Leer until it actually poisons me. Given my luck, this shouldn't take too long, and given the fact that Weedle only will know Poison Sting and Spring Shot at this point, it is most likely to use Poison. There we go! Sobek was poisoned. I'm gonna just use Leer again just to show what Poison does in battle. Sobek is hurt by Poison. Poison will take a small amount of your HP off every turn. It's still there at the end of the battle. And when you see that weird thing about the screen go flashing outside of battle, your Pokemon will lose 1 HP every time that happens. Sobek's probably going to faint until before we get to the Pokemon Center, but whatever. Worthy sacrifice. Found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. I'm going to raise it to take on Faulkner. He's the leader of Violet City's gym. Alright, what do you got to say? Hi, guy, do you visit Sprout Tower? I don't even know what Sprout Tower is. Sounds like Bellsprout, though. Subtle ET reference, I guess? If you try to call your mom, she'll just ask if you want her to keep saving money. Can I make it? Can I make it? We're in Violet City. Okay. How many HP do you think... How many HP is Sobek gonna have? 5. I want it to be 1. There, now it's 1. Animal cruelty for the win! No, I do not endorse animal cruelty. I just make bad jokes about it. I did not want to do that. Where's the Pokemon in this town anyway? Not up there. That's the gym. There's the Pokemon. Alright, let's see what you can buy here. It's probably going to be identical to Cherry Grove. Pokeball, $200. Potion, $300. Escape rope, used for escaping from caves, etc. I'll explain what that does when we actually find the place we can escape from with an escape rope. Antidote, Paralyze, Heal, Awakening. X defend, X attack, X speed, X speed, X speed. These are things I consider useless items. Basically, you use it, and it's the same thing as using a move that would boost your defense, boost your attack, or boost your speed. Only lasts 1 battle, goes away if you switch Pokemon. It's pretty useless. This is Flower Mail. You can write messages on it, give it to a Pokemon, trade it to someone, and it'll read your message. So, we made it to Violet City at last. I think this is a good time to end things off. So, in the next episode, we're going to see the sights in Violet City and hopefully take on Faulkner at the gym. Considering that's what Professor Elm recommended, and that's who that guy in the gate, or near the gate, said the gym leader would be. So, until we do all that stuff that I just mentioned in a really, really weird manner, I'm LeaderofLuxinape. Signing off.